Good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Serge. Uh, Tonight, I wanted to go over a study that I came across on breastfeeding. As you may all know, I'm really a big fan of breastfeeding. I'm really passionate to help kids, children. They are sick these days. They are put on all kinds of medications at 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. It's ridiculous. And a lot of it is because of the way they are being fed. And a lot of it is the first 4 or 5 years of their life. This is the most critical time for kids to get the best nutrition in order for them to have the healthiest life possible. And this study was really interesting because they made a connection between breastfeeding and tooth health. So they looked at 48 studies that were done on this specific topic. And they wanted to look at the conclusion of these 7 topics. And they came up with this big overall conclusion that kids who are being breastfed exclusively has less malocclusion. So malocclusion, as we can see here, is malalignment or incorrect relationship between teeth and the upper and lower jaw. It's basically when the jaws or the teeth don't close properly and they have different issues like overbites. Okay, I see a lot of kids with overbites. This is a jaw problems or simply teeth that are crooked. Okay, that are not properly aligned because they have smaller jaw bones. And again, because the way they are fed and the way that the mom was eating during pregnancy. So that study was really interesting, and it makes the connection with what Dr. Weston Price came up with decades ago. As you may know, I'm a big fan of Dr. Price. I really like his studies. He was a dentist in the 30s and 40s who traveled all over the world and look at the 14 population that were the healthiest. And as you can see in this picture, those people have beautiful teeth, beautiful smile, large arches, great jawbones. They had no tooth decays, and all that was connected to the diet. Dr. Price found that those people were eating 10 times more fat solubles like vitamin A, D, E, and K than the current American today. So they were having a diet that was higher in fats at the end of the day because you found those fat-soluble vitamins into fats like meats, milk, eggs, and fat from animals. So he found that if you eat that way, you have enough vitamin A. Vitamin A is critical for the fetus and embryo development. If you don't have enough vitamin A during pregnancy, you have a risk of having issues like this, smaller faces, jawbones, more square, not rounded like we can see in the picture. So it was really interesting to look at this study that just came out a few weeks ago and what we've known for 70, 80 years from the work of Dr. Price. The key for kids today is to feed them fats. Okay? They need a lot of fats. 70% of the diet should be fat. Okay. I know my daughter, when she was born, she was breastfed for about 18 months. Milk has about 50% fat and about 50% lactose. Okay. Grossly speaking, lactose, a sugar, right? That is really, really important for brain development. That's why you need milk from the mom. And there's about 1% of the milk is protein. So milk is mostly lactose and fat. And of course, the formulas that you get at the store is really not the same at all. As you may all know, they use synthetic component. They don't use the right vitamin A, the real vitamin D. They use the fake lactose. They use soy, maybe. They use corn. They have all kinds of ingredients and high fructose corn syrup, all kinds of sugar, all kinds of chemicals that kids should not be nourished at all. So if you cannot make milk, if you're a mom and you're listening and you cannot produce milk, Western Price Foundation came up with a formula that you can make at home. If you Google the Western Price Foundation website, you can look for that formula, and it's all fat-based, and it mimics closely the milk from the mom. And this is what I use actually for years for my daughters. So my daughters for 4 or 5 years drank that formula, which is a raw milk-based formula, and then you add different vitamins to it to really bring it to the same or really close nutritional value as the mom, the mix from the mom. So I know sometimes I hear people or moms that are a little bit guilty because they cannot feed, they cannot breastfeed because they don't make milk, or they have health conditions that the body cannot support milk production. So, and they are like stuck. They believe that they need to get the formula at the store. No, the Western Price has an option for those moms, for any parents actually. This is what I use for years, for 5, 6 years. First years of her life, my daughter ate primarily fat and protein, no sugar, what I mean, no carbs, no starches. Today we have it so flipped. So they recommend that the first meal that kids or babies should be eating, it's cereal. And typically it's processed, it's carbs, and now it's fruits, and so on and so on. But if you look at those cultures, those people, they would eat kids. They would feed kids primarily fats. Okay, they knew that fats were the key component of a good diet for them, because for some reason they knew that when you do that, they are healthy, they are stronger, and so on and so on. Today we know the reason of it is because fats have fat-soluble vitamins, the A, the D, E, and K. Okay, there's a lot of options out there. And if you want to know more, this is the book that I used, and I recommend it for all parents, a mom, a dad who just got babies, who have younger kids, the Nourishing Traditions for books for baby and childcare. It's really amazing. So it really teaches and shows what you need to feed your kids to be for them to be the healthiest and the strongest. I mean, my daughter she's 12, right? She's 12 now, never been sick. She still eats fats, protein, some carbs. Of course, sometimes it's hard to find the balance, preteen, parties and different things with her friends. But we taught her what to eat, and she knows what to eat when she goes out and about with her friends. And she's strong. She's the healthiest. Her teeth are perfect, aligned. So she's a representation of exactly what happens when you nourish babies and toddlers and kids the right way. You don't get sick. You develop the way you're supposed to be. You have good bones, good immune system, and so on and so on. So I see a lot of people who are confused about what to feed the kids. The answer is really simple. Give them a lot of fats. Okay, a lot of fat. Raw milk was one of the key food for my daughters because it's easy to feed, right? It has a lot of fat. It has a lot of nutrition, and it's healthy for you. It's healthy for the kids. So I hope it makes sense. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. You can write a comment to it, or you can shoot me an email or text through Facebook, for example. So please look into this book and look into giving whole food, fat-based food options to your kids in order for them to stay healthy and be healthy. Thank you for watching. God bless you.